Wabaseemoong First Nation, also known as White Dog, is one of the Treaty 3 area's poorest communities, and although it has tried to better itself through resource development, it has housing conditions here that would shock outsiders. While many houses in White Dog look like the kind of average homes you'd see in any small rural community, at the same time there are many homes which appear slapped together out of sheer necessity, and others that would be considered uninhabitable in most other communities. The condition of some homes has driven their occupants to camping out in the bush or finding some other arrangements rather than living in their rotting homes. One of these people is Chris Mandamin, who prefers to stay with family than live in this house, which is technically his. Smells like mold.
Tiles, drywall, holes. I swear I slipped out yesterday in here.
Really?
Everything was good. My covers are gone.
Mandamin, who lives on disability benefits, lost power to his home 6 years ago. Since then, his house has been ransacked regularly by youth in the community who tend to use it as a place to drink. Members of the First Nation living with shoddy housing say that when they ask the band administration for repairs to their homes, they find their requests ignored or delayed for long periods of time. There is a belief among some that the Chief and Band Council are spending the First Nations' limited housing funding on friends and family in the community before everyone else. One of the people who believes that the Band Council is playing favorites is Chad McDonald. McDonald's home appears to be literally rotting from the inside out. The whole house is rife with crumbling drywall, which McDonald is more than happy to point out. Down in the basement, the situation and the smell of mold gets worse, with patches of it even growing on the walls. McDonald says people depend on the band for help because they don't have the money to fix their homes themselves.
The money situation.
What do you mean?
Like, you don't have money, proper money for the things. It's not the council, it's the money situation. See, like, this is what I got with it. Demonstrating this to you.
Freaking rotten.
Yep. I can get sick out of this. Like my brother is expecting, my brother Eric McDonald, the owner of the house,
Yeah.
expecting a baby pretty soon. He can't stay until he needs to go.
Wabaseemoong's chief, John Page, declined to do an on-camera interview for this segment, but did say that the cause of the problems with housing in White Dog is funding, or rather the lack of it from the federal government. Chief Page flatly denies that there is any kind of favoritism at play when the band administration decides on what repairs can be done to members' homes. The chief estimates that it would take $10 million to bring all the homes in White Dog up to code. And since White Dog gets maybe 3% of that figure every year for housing from the federal government, he says the band is in a position where it must make tough decisions to make the most urgent repairs now and leave the rest until more money is available. So it appears that all that can really be done here in White Dog to fix the housing issues is a patchwork of temporary fixes, at least until more money comes in from the federal government. From the Kenora Daily Miner and News, I'm Alan Hale.